Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hallett House Restoration channel. Many of you ask me both on Facebook and YouTube, but also when they come over to the house, how I hang my paintings and prints. And I wanted to show you what I do. When I restored the front reception room, there were clear signs that there was originally a frieze and a picture rail nailed at the bottom of the frieze. So my thought was to immediately replicate what used to be there originally. Unfortunately, there's no way of knowing what the original frieze looked like, but of course I modeled it after a design that I had in mind when I started the renovation. You can see here that I still haven't gotten around to finishing the stenciling inside the frieze. That's something that I promised myself I would finish by the end of this year. In any case, here is what I use to hang my pictures. These are new brass picture rail hooks, which I bought online. And because I wanted to have a uniform look for the room and couldn't find enough antique hooks that would match, I was forced to buy a large quantity of new ones. These, however, served me well. I painted them gold and glued a decorative rosette on the upper part. Of course, I painted the rosettes to match the hooks. I applied a base coat of red oxide, and then I applied 1 or 2 coats of gold paint, making sure to have some of the red exposed for effect. I also created a set of smaller rosettes for smaller pictures. I created a number of silicone molds so I can cast as many as I need. I can then paint them by using the same process with the red oxide paint as a base coat and then 1 or 2 coats of gold. Recently I purchased a set of square rosettes with a floral design and I plan to experiment with them, perhaps for a different room. These come from eBay and cost less than $1 a piece. To hang the pictures from the hooks, I use cords that are between 3/8 and a ½ inch thick. The thickness depends on the heaviness of the painting or the frame, and the cord can be doubled up for extra strength. In some cases, such as in the kitchen, I used chains that are strong enough to hold fairly light frames. Here are a few examples from around the house, from the front reception room to the dining room, and to the kitchen as well. If you're hanging a lot of frames, such as in my front reception room, of course there's very little you can do with the lower part of the wall. There would be too many cords hanging from the bottom of the frieze. So what I do is I usually hang pictures the way everybody does, with a regular metal wire and a nail and a hook. In some cases I like to add an extra decorative element, such as a rosette and a tassel hanging from the hook. Here are a couple of examples. In this case, just like with the rosettes on the hooks on the picture rail, I use hot glue to glue the rosette onto the hook. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. See you next time.